We are all one. Um, we make distinction and we experience separation, but we are actually all made out of energy. Weola is a personality, as I understand, and like Abraham Hicks is a group of entities. Is there separation in the non-physical? Otherwise, why call it a group of or a personality?
That was the question that was on Kosta's mind for quite some time. That was one of the last things that he was experiencing while being in a conversation like you in with Abraham Hicks, having exactly the same conversations. Asking about Esther, what is the difference between her and Abraham? What is the difference between the consciousness and knowing and vibration and energy and entities and whatnots? And the answer that he was receiving at that time was very simple. Very simple, that it is inevitable that these experiences are flowing through someone who is experiencing it and putting it into the words. There is so many who do the same reflection work through their art. They're doing it in a more visual way. Some of them are doing it through their movement and their dancing in a completely different way. You have so many people that are reflecting back to you this steady place of what you can call unfocused, Costa being one of them now. But this is only one way of expressing it, and therefore when there is a conversation with someone, making the distinction between someone who is happening right now, this conversation is not happening with Costa. This is happening with the wider perspective of everyone who is at this moment in on this conversation. In other words, you having expectation that Costa will hold this space for you to be able to hear something that you sometimes hear on a whisper, but not as often to hear it in this way. But you receive it at all times too. And names of personalities or names of varieties of levels of energies or non-energies, there is no dividers in the place which you call non-physical. It's all blended through. It's all wide, and it can go as wider and wider and wider, or even better words, more inclusive and more inclusive and more inclusive as you go about your experience of discovery and as you continue finding it. There is variety of places where you can go to and variety of places where you can discover and find the resonance with. Oftentimes giving these personalities through what you called energy sometimes puts you in a trouble, sometimes gets you to compare more than it is, because you are having these experiences within you at all times. And it does not matter what the name is. The name of Weola is not a name. It is an acronym for We All Are One, as Kosta was asking in some of these broadcasts. He was stubborn in the beginning, saying that he did not want to name anything because there was no name coming through. This is just a wider, everything that exists perspective at this time. This is you talking with the God part of you. So what is there to name? It does not matter what is it and where is it coming in terms of that sense, because it's that wider perspective. And he, after several of the broadcasts in early stages, was still bothered a little bit by this, because people would sometimes refer to conversation as Costa, but that did not feel right. Also, there was not name coming through. There was so many conversations coming through from our end. We were in our very unique way almost giggling about that, as at that one point found the resonance with the words that if there is really anything to give the name to, is to say that we all are one. And that is the best way to describe, best way flowing through Kosta's speaking mechanism of all languages that he is speaking, coming through in that sense. Coming through in that sense, so much so that we made it as general as it can be, so you can see that you are that too. So you can see that this is not really a reflection of one and only specific thing, a specific place of a specific frequency that you're interacting with, and now the game is over and now you move on to the next, to the next, to the next, but that there is infinite awareness for you to explore. And then this is just one of the examples of someone with desire, like Armand and Kosta are. Kosta being the vessel of a speaking, but Armand being the vessel of interaction and energy exchange part of it at all times, this is really as far as we would go in explaining this at this time.
Yeah, and then as a human, I hear you say us, and I'm thinking, how many of us? But it's not countable, is it?
When we are using the word us, this is the most satisfying word that can describe plural, that can describe something that is more than one, something that is an actual singularity, something that is immeasurable, something that is immeasurable because even that's now being received through your brilliant questions have been reconfigured. Everything that exists completely reconfigured with that, and you now have access to more satisfaction and love and appreciation in your discovery of everything that's coming through. And so there is no necessity for you to go and measure more. When you're in the place, this is maybe the most brilliant thing that you're bringing up with your stubborn questions. We love the stubborn nature of your questions, and they are there to show everyone that you are not measuring in the place of unfocus. You're trying sometimes to describe that which you call non-physical, that which you call unfocused but focused through you, that which you call really wide, that which you call infinite, and trying to pocket it into some things that are very measurable, that are very much about interaction, that are very much about, as Fran was saying, even judgment. And so you're looking to explain something, you are trying to explain something from this place of self, something that is in a place of one. And therefore, that is why at every single time you will not succeed to find and measure and explain it this way, because you get to that place by just being and then absorbing and seeing how much of that everything that exists you're ready to include. Not only within you and that which you call non-physical, but you and including that with other people and other friends who are physical and non-physical as well.
Thank you very much.